Okay, so now we know how to get the colours off of our paint palette and we know how to use our brush. We're going to have a look at the colour mixing theory that goes with it. And there's a Key Stage 1 video that's really clear using our poster paints. So we're going to use the same theory, but it'll look a little bit different with watercolours. So, there are our primary colours. And these are colours that can't be mixed. There's only 3. And our primary colours, in theory, we can make all of our other colours out of them. So we've got a red, a blue, and yellow. It's getting a little bit mucky, my yellow. I'm going to clean my brush, get some fresh water and try again. It might even be that I need to just dry it off. Okay, let's try again. There we go, nice bright yellow. So however many colours I mix together, I won't be able to get any of those. But I can start mixing those 3 to make some new colours. So I've got my red here. If I had a little bit of blue, the blue here is quite strong. I should start getting a purple or violety tone. If I take some more of my red, and this time I mix in some of my yellow, I get an orange. And the last 2 primary colours to be mixed together are some blue with some yellow. Now you'll find that some pigments in paints are stronger than others. So a blue pigment is often very strong. I need a very little bit of my blue. I might need more of it actually, to start turning my yellow a sort of greeny colour. It's not come out beautifully. Oh, it's not bad. That is a good green. Okay, so there we are. That's your very basic colour mixing. 3 primary and 3 secondary colours. But then we have a third class of colours, which is the tertiary colours, which is when we start toning them either way. So where I've got my orange here, if I was to add a little more red to my orange, I would get red orange. So it's somewhere between the red and the orange. Need a bit more yellow in there to make it orange again. And then if I was to take my orange and add a little more yellow, a lot more yellow, because again yellow is not always the strongest colour on here, I'd get yellow orange. And it's going to work the same for the others. I'm going to speed that bit up a bit. Okay, so you can see that by adding a little bit more of the colour in a less balanced way, so with my orange, this is red orange, it has twice as much red as it does yellow, and this is yellow orange, more yellow, less red. Red purple, so that's more red, less blue. Blue purple, more blue, less red. Blue green, which is heavy on the blue, and yellow green, which is heavy on the yellow. And you can see by starting to blend those colours more, I'm still just sticking with my two original ones, they're just the balance between them is slightly different. I can produce 6 tertiary colours. Okay, so once we've learnt we can blend all of our colours, and of course you can keep adding more and more your red until it's all sorts of shades of orange and all sorts of shades of any of those colours, you can start to really colour match to what the objects you are seeing. But these things will also help you too, so we can make tints of our colours, we can make shades of our colours, and we can make tones of our colours. So tint, I already talked about a little bit. I'm going to try this with blues. A tint of your colour is adding more white to make it go paler. So I've made quite a strong blue here. There's my blue colour. And remember, when we're using watercolours, our white comes from our paper. So all I'm going to do each time is add a little bit more water. That's quite a lot more water. And you should be able to create paler and paler tints of your colours. Until it almost goes back to white. And again, you could do that with any of those colours to produce different pale effects of that colour. So I'm going to go back and get some blue again and show you what a shade is. Let's make myself that nice strong blue that we started with. Now a shade is almost the opposite of a tint. A shade is where we add black. To me that's not very strong to start with. Put so much water in to make my tints, it's quite hard to get a good strong colour. There we go. So there's my blue to start with. This time I'm going to clean off my brush and I'm going to mix up some black. I'm just going to add a little bit to start off with. Now, the difference with watercolours is because they're transparent, when I'm mixing my shade, I'm also getting the white of the paper showing through as well. So I'm trying to keep this quite strong to show you that if I just keep adding black, my colour will get darker and darker and make different shades. My colour is still blue-black. And I get all the way down until really the black is so dominant that I'm mostly just painting with black now. So those are my shades. Now the interesting thing is the tone. So a tone, if I was using poster paints, I would be mixing the same colour but with more and more and more grey. So the colour is becoming more washed out. But using my watercolours, I've been using my paper as white. So I'm going to try my tone now using this white and the black to make my grey. So I'm going to add a little bit of the white, a little bit of the grey each time, and we'll see if we can get a tone effect with our watercolours. Nice strong blue to start with. A little bit of black, a lot of, and a little bit of the white each time. The tricky thing to keep the same with these in watercolours is really this shouldn't get paler or darker. The colour should just get more and more grey, more and more washed out. But of course, with watercolours, I'm keep picking up more water as well, which is making it white, lighter or darker. So I'm trying to keep that in balance for you. But this is very good. I would say tones make more muted colours, and sometimes the colours you see in front of you are not these really strong bright colours. Especially when we're looking at the natural world, you're going to need to be making tints and shades and tones of these colours to try and match what you're seeing. You can see down this end I've still got a grey, but it's still got a hint of blue. It is a blue-grey colour. Until I'm right down to grey at the end. And that's my range of tones. Okay, so I'm hoping that now when I see you using your watercolour, I'm going to see you using your palette, picking your paints off your colour blocks, using your mixing palette, and with these tints, shades and tones of your primary, secondary and tertiary colours, there are literally thousands of different tones you can create with your watercolours. Have fun!